Guys, welcome back to another episode of the Pink Print Podcast. This is a very special episode where we are transitioning to a new chapter of our lives.
It is of our lives.
And Katy is now a fiance.
I'm a fiance.
She has left the boyfriend-girlfriend era.
I can't believe I literally keep saying my boyfriend.
Fiance has entered the chat.
Who has the time to say fiance?
You do, girly pop, for the next year and a half.
Even though boyfriend is longer, but fiance.
My fiance.
You never said fiance.
I did kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
I got to the point where I was like, this is my fiance.
My fiance. Husband, you don't ever say husband.
No, I really don't, because it's kind of just
You just say my Ricky.
Also, it's in my head, kind of. I think I'm just starting to get used to it. It's kind of crazy that I have a husband.
Right.
So it's kind of a deeper thing for me. But I'm starting to be okay, my husband.
Yeah.
I got it. It's starting to settle a little bit.
Yeah.
But enough about me.
No, I'm shooketh to my core. I mean.
What are you feeling? What are your vibes right now? Just 3 things to describe this incredible moment of your life.
3 things. One, I feel safe. I know you're probably not
really
supposed to say that.
No.
But
I don't think you should not say that.
Yeah.
Pop off. Tell us why.
Not safe. I don't know. You just feel you have a team member who's literally not allowed to leave you. Leave yours. I mean, of course he can't. But it just feels like a way deeper step and thing. Now that I'm looking, it's been 3 days. But when you look back, even I told Riley last night, his mom said this to me. She's okay, now we can really go deeper in our relationship because I know that you're my son's fiance and we've known each other for a long time, but I get what she's saying, and I already feel she's so cute. She just kept being I can't believe I have another daughter. Aww. And she really does feel she's such a beautiful mother figure, and his sisters, I love that I can call them my sisters. I love them so much, and his dad too. But I don't know. It feels your family just grew kind of. And that really excites me. I know I'm really lucky that I love his family so much, because I know that for some people that's not always the case, but I don't know. You just feel really safe. You feel a lot of love at once too.
You do.
Not only from him, just from so
general.
many people.
I agree.
But yeah, I don't know why. I do feel safer, and I don't know, it was so cute. We got home from our trip. I'll explain where we were and everything. And we were in bed the night we landed at midnight, whatever. And then we were just in bed until 1:30 a.m. Chatting about wedding venues. And I didn't think he would be so cute about all of it. I thought he was kind of just gonna be do whatever you want.
Which I still feel he's you obviously have the say and handle it.
Yeah. Yeah, but he's actually really wanting to contribute, which I think is really fun. And I feel you and Ricky were the same. Looking back, you guys just sitting on the couch and going on TikTok or doing stuff to look
we
at.
Would.
Yeah. So it reminded me of that time in your life.
That's really cute. Is my hair crazy? It is giving crazy.
It's crazy.
No, anyways.
No, it's not crazy.
I'm so happy that you feel that way, and that's one thing that I did feel after I got married.
Mm-hmm. No, I think it'll be even stronger then.
Yeah, after I got married, I was wow, it does feel you are more of a team and you're in it together. And I think that not enough people talk about that, but it is really nice, because when you do meet the one and you're with, not even meet, you're going to take this next step with the one, everyone's just oh yeah, I'm in love, this is my person. But having a support and having a team and doing this with somebody else is really nice.
Yeah, it is.
I feel I don't hear that enough.
I know, because I mean, I even hate to, I don't know, you can tell me if this is a weird thing to say.
Okay.
Because also financially, it just feels
you're not alone.
I'm not alone. And not that I ever feel something bad is going to happen or whatever, but it's okay, at least I know that I have someone where if something does happen, I'm still going to be okay. And same with him. If something were to happen, he still has me too. And that is a good feeling, because it's, you just,
it really is.
You have, or at least somebody to just help you through a hard time.
I've heard so many people say that the most important decision you'll make is the partner that you're going to be with. The best financial decision you're going to make is the partner, because that can really make or break how you're building yourself, building your business, and God forbid, not in this case, but some people, if it leads to divorce, it's a huge financial thing. So it's just really interesting how this, it is a huge choice.
Yeah, it is.
I also I felt it was like really a big deal because it's like a huge step. And I think people just like get married, like, yeah, no, like we're married. And I don't know, there's like so much more that goes into it. Like this, it's like it's a financial decision and you're in it together and now you're a team member and like it's amazing. There's so many amazing things that come with it, but that's why you want to make sure that it's like the right person.
Yeah. And even like we've been together for almost 5 years. So you really think that like from one day to the next, things won't be different. But I don't know, like even we were sitting at his house and I was like, please, I don't want to leave. Like I want to stay. Like, or also we were on different flights on the way back home. And I was like, I am not flying without you. And I was like, oh, I have to like change my flight. And Emily was like, well, you should do it now since you're her fiance, like to him. And I was like, that's so true. Like, you should do it for me. Like, and then we went to the airport. I was like, can you like roll my suitcase for me? Like, I would have never asked that before. But I'm like, yeah. Like,
When
you're
you
like,
roll, like him take it?
like, take my suitcase while I, like,
I do it all the time.
Yeah.
I'm like, take my suitcase.
So I don't know. You're kind of just like, you can like kind of ask that. Like, I don't know why I wouldn't have before, but
No, I understand what you're saying.
like, if he's just like my boyfriend, I'm not going to be like, change my flight. Like, he does not have to do that. But I don't know.
No,
I
if
guess.
yeah, I'm like, it's giving a real partnership now, and you guys are like taking this serious step together, and that's why it just feels like way much more legit.
Yeah.
So I understand that. That's amazing. What else do you feel? 2 more things.
Oh my God, 2 more things. I don't know. Like, I feel like I want to be like so much extra like loving now. Of course, I'm sure this will maybe go away like in a little bit, but hopefully it doesn't. But I don't know, like last night I really just like wanted to hang out with him. So like I skipped something, like an obligation that I skipped my Kabbalah class because I was just like, I don't know, I'm like really tired. And like, I just really want to spend time with you because this weekend was so amazing, but we were with so many people the whole time.
Yeah.
So I was like, I really just want us to like sit on the couch and like hang out together. And we had like the best time. So
You're more loving.
I feel like more like loving and connected. And a third thing is I do feel a little overwhelmed. Am I allowed to say like a not positive thing?
I don't think it's positive. I think it's just like real feelings. Like we can be real with
Yeah. Like
everything.
I mean, it's so funny. Like obviously I do it too, but people just ask so many questions.
They
like,
really do.
As soon as you get engaged, and like his mom's like, "Where's the honeymoon?" I'm like, "Oh my God, I don't know." Like,
Where's the honeymoon? That's like the last step in the line. What? Like with a million things to do before that.
Like it's like the engagement party has to be planned so fast, and then it's like your outfit, the DJ, the photographer, the this, the that, which like of course, I'm so lucky I get to do all that, but I don't know. And then it's like the wedding planning, like where are you gonna do it? And it's like, oh my God, I don't know. And my family's already like, when are we going wedding dress shopping? I'm like, I need to pick the venue. Like, I don't know. So it's just like a lot of questions all at once, like about good stuff. But yeah, I think that's one thing where everything just feels. Then last night I'm like trying to look at venues and I'm like, I'm overwhelmed. I have to put all this away. Like I don't even know.
It's funny because like people do ask you so many questions, but now that I'm on the other side, like of course I want to ask you questions.
Yeah,
you know,
no,
like,
I get it.
And to me, like I'm not that I'm not updated, but like if I'm not updated, like I have questions. I want to know like what have you thought about so far? Like where are you at on this, and that? So I'm asking, but the thing is like a million other people are asking too.
Yeah, but whatever. It's not that it's overwhelming that they're asking. It's more just like there's so many choices.
There's so many choices. And right now you're in the beginning, so you don't really have answers for a lot of this stuff. But then later you're going to be like, oh, where are you getting married? Be like, oh, here. Oh, beautiful. Blah, blah, blah. You know, like then you're going to have, do you have your dress? Yes. Like as you go, you're going to have like, you know, more simple answers. And I think towards the end, I'm just like, yeah, no, everything's fine.
I'm also lucky to like know people at this point that have kind of already done this, like including my best friend. So it's kind of more helpful, I would say.
Yeah. Although like you can still make it like whatever you want.
Yeah.
But of course, like we can discuss whatever it is. Oh my God. So share the story. Did you see it coming?
I mean, I just did that thing I hate. I knew it was coming at some point because him and I have obviously talked about this a lot. So I figured it would be sometime this summer. I was like, oh, maybe the 4th of July, like whatever. And I was hoping it was going to be this weekend while we were in Boston because our love like started in Boston, which I think is so fun. But at the same time, he was like in a golf tournament and I was like seeing my girlfriends who I didn't see. So I didn't really know what was going on.
It was kind of the perfect storm though.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't suspect it.
Yeah. So basically what happened, he left on Thursday because he had to golf on Friday. So he asked me to drive him to Fort Lauderdale at night. And I was like, okay, whatever, I'll do it. And I hadn't like blow dried my hair. I hadn't packed, and his flight was at like 9 p.m. So by the time I was getting back home from Fort Lauderdale, it was around 9-ish, a little bit past 9 p.m.
Right.
Like, and I go to bed at that time. So I'm driving home in a hurricane. It's already late. I have done nothing, and I'm leaving the next morning. And I didn't see my text, but he calls me and he's like, oh, did you see what Francesca texted us? Which is my friend and also my cousin's girlfriend. And I'm like, no, what did she text us? I was like, I'm driving in a hurricane right now. Like I'm not looking at my phone. So it's just like I was in a mood, you know?
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, her and Julian want to grab drinks with us on Saturday night. And I'm like, I mean, I love them, but like I see them in Miami. Like we see each other all the time. Like I just want to see my friends who live here that I don't get to see. And he's like, what? Like he was getting so annoyed with me. And I was like, Riley, I don't know. Like I'll think about it in the morning. Like I'm in a hurricane. I can't think about this right now. So then pretty much like he called like every person on planet Earth to be like, you need to make sure Kat gets to drinks with us. So my friends are like, I told them and they were like, go, like obviously go, like whatever, we'll just see you right after. It's just a drink, blah, blah, blah. Like it's your cousin. Like you have to go. It's your cousin. And everyone's like, it's your cousin, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, fine. Like it's not a big deal. I just wanted to see my friends who I don't see. So I'm like, okay, yeah, whatever. Let's go to drinks with Fran and Julian. So whatever, fast forward to drinks. We're in the Uber and this Uber driver was actually fucking crazy. So this was all perfect. And we get to the hotel, which is the Newbury. We were supposed to grab drinks at the rooftop, which is Contessa. And we get to the Newbury, which is like my favorite hotel. And it's across the street from the Boston Commons, the park. And he gets out of the Uber and he's like, I'm really nauseous. I'm like, oh my God, are you okay? And then we get a text from Julian being like, we're running 15 to 20 minutes late. And I'm like, oh, like he's like classic, like he's late, whatever. Yeah. He's like, I'm really nauseous. Why don't we go for like a little walk in the park? Because it's like literally across the street. I'm like, sure, whatever. So we go to the park and he's like leading me towards like the water, but you have to like be on grass and I'm in high heels. And I'm like, I'm not going on that grass. Like my heel is going to get stuck. And he's like, oh, okay. Also, before we left to go to the city, he's in blue pants, a white sweater, and a black puffy vest. And I'm like, why are you wearing that? Like, you don't ever wear a vest, number one, and number two, you don't match whatsoever. He's like, well, it's all I have. And it's like
I didn't
freezing.
think it did not match. I didn't see the two color differences.
No, it's too much. And he's like, well, it's all I have and it's freezing out, which it was. I'm like, okay, fine. Now I know he has to wear the puffy vest because my ring box was in it.
Yeah.
And it's like a massive ring box for some reason because it has literally a spotlight inside.
I know.
And so we get to the park, whatever. Eventually I'm like, oh, like, let's look at these flowers or like these beautiful purple flowers, whatever.
They're actually really beautiful. I saw them.
Beautiful.
They're so nice. I took a picture.
So I'm like, let's go to these flowers. I'm like, also there's like a bench right here. Like, why don't we sit for a sec? Because you like don't feel good. And then like something he always does, he's always like, do I tell you how much I love you? And I'm like, yeah. So we're in the park.
Yeah, enough.
Yeah, I get it. No, I'm kidding. So we're in the park and he's like, do I tell you how much I love you? I'm like, yes, of course. He's like, no, but really, do I tell you how much I love you? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, I don't even know what he said after that. I think he said something like,
you don't remember.
You don't remember either.
I remember some things.
He said like, I know that he's like, do you know how much I love you, that I like want to spend the rest of my life with you? Something like that.
And then doesn't your stomach start to churn?
Yeah. And I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing? And then he's like reaching in his vest for the ring box. And
it's seriously just like the best.
It was so crazy. And I'm like, what? And he's like holding it open. He's like,
did he get on a knee?
Yeah.
Was he like, do I tell you how much I love you? Like, I want to spend the rest of my life with you. I love you so much. Like grabbing the box as he's going down.
Yes.
And then you're like, what are you doing? As he's like taking it out and he's going on a knee.
Yeah. And then he was like, will you marry me? And I'm like, yes, blah, blah, blah.
You said yes.
I said yes.
No, I don't know. Sometimes with the emotion, you're like, oh my God, like that.
No, yeah.
You give a kiss. And you know what I mean? Like,
I said
yes.
yes.
I was like, did she say yes? He's like, yes. I was like, I didn't mean it like that. It's just like sometimes the word.
Yeah.
You're so like caught up in emotions.
No, I did. And then he like got back up and he's like, ah! And he's like still holding the ring. I'm like, put the ring on me. I'm like, put the ring on. And then
like what were your initial thoughts when you like saw the ring, you saw him down on one knee, like you're just like, oh my God, what the fuck?
Yeah, I was just like,
it's just crazy.
It doesn't feel real.
It doesn't feel real. But then it was so perfect. I'm like, wait, who knows? Like, what's going on? And then he was like, he's like, I was like, does my aunt know? And he's like, yeah. And then I'm like, do my friends? And I don't even remember, honestly. And then I just start FaceTiming everyone. So
yeah. So now you explained your part of that.
So this is the thing. So Riley is just like, spontaneous city over here. And
Of course.
well, first of all, I'm glad to say that like he told me that he was going to propose months ago downstairs in the lobby here. One time when we met, when I was leaving, he was like, oh, by the way, I was meaning to tell you, like, I want to ask Kat to marry. And I was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, like this is amazing. But then I don't want to be bothering him.
Right.
You know? So I'm just like, okay, I know, like, I'm sure like when he's in a planet, he's going to tell me. Because he already told me. So, you know, I feel like some people either like Ricky, like either they don't say anything or they just maybe like tell the family, or he already told me. So I'm assuming he's going to tell me again. Right.
Yeah.
And then Kathy's like, I don't know, it's coming. And like, I genuinely like didn't know at points, you know, like I didn't, because he didn't tell me the plan and I wasn't going to be like pestering him. Like, oh, did you come up there? You know? And then last week, on Tuesday, I'm picking up Katy to go to Kabbalah and I call her phone. She doesn't answer, but he picks up the phone and I'm like, hey, where's Katy? He's like, oh, she's getting dressed. And he whispers on the phone. He goes, I'm proposing to Kat this weekend. And I go, excuse me, like, where is she? She's like in this apartment.
No, by the way, he was on the couch. I was cleaning something in the kitchen. No, like I was not.
You weren't even in the room?
I was in the same exact room. I remember when you guys were on the phone.
And he said, I'm proposing to Kat this weekend.
I obviously did not hear that. Like I have
obviously not. And I was just like, the audacity, like, wow. And I was like, okay. And he's like, call me tomorrow. It's like, oh, you know, it's like, I was like, okay. Cause I was like, I'm about to pick her up. Then you came downstairs and I came upstairs and it's funny. He's like, what are you doing this weekend? I was like, no, I'm going to Palm Beach. So I'm going to Palm Beach. He's like, oh, haha, okay, whatever. Then the next day I called him and I was like, oh my God, like you can't just drop this bomb on me. Like when she's next to you and I can't ask you questions and you're on her phone. It's not like, I don't know if you're going to put me on speaker. She's going to grab the phone or whatever. And he's like, no, I'm proposing this weekend. Like you can come. Obviously we'd love to have you come. Like you don't have to. I'm sure she'd understand if you don't want to come. I was like, are you kidding me? I was like, what do you mean she'd understand? Like, yeah, I'm sure she'd understand, but like, what? Like, why would I not go? Like, I can go. I'm literally doing nothing. Like, I can pay for the flight. I'm fucking going. Like, what? And he's like, oh, okay. And then he's like, this is my plan. He told me the whole plan about Julie and asking you for drinks and this and that and whatever. And then what he's saying, and then he's like, do you want to see the ring? And then he sent me, oh, I didn't show you.
Oh, you need to show me.
The video of the ring. And I was like, oh my God, it's beautiful. And it looks like perfect in the video. And it looks even more perfect in person. It's gorgeous, you guys. It's gorgeous. And so whatever. So he's like, oh, come. And then at the same time, I call Emily. She didn't answer me. Wendy texts me. She's like, are you going? And I was like, yeah. Are you? And she's like, yeah. And then Lauren texts me. She's like, are you going? And I'm like, yeah, let's go. And I was like, Lauren, come with me. Like we can stay together, whatever. And then I literally booked my flight that day, Wednesday, to leave on Saturday. And then me and Lauren went together Saturday morning. We got there at 2 p.m. And then we waited. And then we pick up the cake and we're literally together. And then Katy starts calling. Oh, and this is something I actually spoke about with Riley, because Riley's like, well, what do I do? We want to go for drinks after. This is the idea. And I was like, try to take her immediately so she doesn't call anybody. So she doesn't have enough time to call people. Yeah. And he's like, yeah, I'm going to try to do it like kind of back to back. So it's like you're together and like you're in the moment and don't call. He's like, she's going to want to call you guys. And I was like, well, if she calls us, like we'll all just have our phones super close to our face so she doesn't see that like where we are. And so then we literally pick up your cake and we're in a tunnel when you call me. Miami doesn't have tunnels. Like where the fuck would I be going? The port of Miami? Yeah. Like, no. So then I was like, fuck, Lauren, she's calling me. And then I was also like, we can't be together. We don't that often to like be together. So I was like, I feel really bad hanging up, but like, do I not answer? She's like, don't answer. And I was like, okay. Didn't answer.
Oh my God.
And I'm just like feeling bad.
Wait,
like,
by the way, nobody was answering me. I'm like, why the fuck aren't my friends answering me?
It's so sad because like we wanted to answer, but we were like, it's okay because she's gonna understand this like in an
5
hour.
seconds. Yeah.
Yeah. And then right after you called me, you called Lauren. She goes, now she's calling me.
Oh my God.
And I was like, great. She's like, and then we had just gotten out of the tunnel. So she goes, okay, I'm going to answer. And I was like, fuck, no, I didn't need to talk to her first. And then I'm there and I'm like pretending like not to know, but like obviously I know. Yeah. And then I called you back. I don't even know. Were you like so emotional? Because I feel like I called you back and I was like, like I was like already ready to like congratulate. Because I already knew what was coming. Yeah. And then I was like, oh my God, it was like really quick call. But then Lauren's like, we're literally here and like Ocean Prime sign was like behind me. So I'm like, okay, I love you so much. We'll talk later. Bye. And we hung up and it was like the quickest call. Obviously, like if I wasn't there, that call would not have been that fast.
Of course.
But it's like the fact that we had just arrived and we were going to see you like 30 minutes later. I was like, it's okay.
No, but that's not true. Because when I called you, It was so fast because you were like with a billion people.
No, I know. But I just feel like I would be like, oh my God, like, how did it happen? You have to tell me everything. You know, like,
Yeah.
the thing is, like, in my head, I feel like I already knew. So I was like, oh my God, this is incredible.
Yeah.
We'll talk details later.
Yeah. Oh my God.
And then we got there, and then Marissa was there. Marissa was freaking out.
Oh my.
She was like so stressed. And I was like, it's okay, we made it. We're here.
Yeah.
And then
Thank God, like nobody's flight got delayed or like.
No, I know. Wendy's and Emily's was cutting it close because they arrived at 4 p.m.
Yeah.
Like everything, God forbid, it was great. Also, our flight was this miniature. It was 2 seats.
Wait,
on
what?
each side.
What did you fly?
American. And also we like we on those gates that are like outside, as if you're going to the Bahamas.
What?
I swear to God.
What the hell?
Me and Lauren, we were like, we have to tell you that was the weirdest flight. She's like, I've been to Boston a million times. I've never taken this plane in my life.
What the hell?
But I got upgraded to business, so it was all good. But and then we get there, and then it's so cute. Everyone starts arriving in the room. I'm saying like the other side. And the cake is there, and everyone, I forgot who brought the disposal cameras. That was such a cute idea.
Yeah.
Have you seen them yet? No.
No, I have to get them developed.
And then there was like roses, and then someone printed pictures and put them all around.
Yeah.
And it was so cute. And then the thing is, like, I don't know who was supposed to be like on the phone to let us know that you guys were walking in.
Yeah.
And then you just walked in. So we were all just surprised. We were like, fuck, no one's at a warning. Like, they're arriving now. So we were like, oh, then you're like, ah.
Oh
And then we were
my
like, holy
God.
shit, you're here.
That
It's just
was
like, it's so
crazy.
surreal.
That was insane.
It's so surreal.
So after he like proposed, we went to the Newberry, like the hotel where we were supposed to be. And we went to the bar downstairs. It's like my favorite. It has like the best burger. Like it's just like when you sit, they bring you like chips and olives, and it's like the best. And they gave us actually the best table. It was like 2 chairs like right by the window looking at the
It's
park.
amazing.
And we got a drink there, and then we went to Ocean Prime.
Wait, what did you think when no one was answering your FaceTimes?
No, I'm just like, I get it. Like if someone were to randomly FaceTime me at like 5 p.m. on Saturday, I don't know if I'd be answering, you know? And so, but then everyone like ended up answering, but like they would call me back or something and whatever. And so then Riley's like,
Did you call your aunt?
Yes. And she answered like a freak, like, but like, I didn't notice in the moment.
Now looking back, like, did everyone answer and speak super weird?
Everyone answered this close to the camera. That close to the camera. Literally everyone. I'm like, oh my God, what the hell? So, but I didn't notice in the moment because I'm just like, I'm not looking at you.
Of course. No, also you're just like,
Yeah. And so, whatever. He's like, we have dinner with my parents and Marissa, Jackie, and Caroline. I'm like, oh, okay, amazing. So and I'm like, where? And he's like, Ocean Prime. I'm like, okay, like that's kind of random, but like yum. And not random, but I don't know. Yeah. And so we go, and then I walk into like this private room of actually like everyone, and I actually like my breath was taken away. I was hysterically crying.
You were like,
couldn't stop crying. And like Riley's best friend Tish was there, who's just like the best, and his parents and my aunt and my cousins and all my best friends in the world. And I was just like, I could not believe everyone like paid to like fly here and come here. It's like a lot. And also like what you guys knew like for one fucking day before, like,
yeah,
it's a lot. So
not one, but like I'm like 2.
Yeah, like,
but
so
of course,
it was
like
crazy.
If we can be there, like why wouldn't we? You know?
Yeah, it was really, really nice. It was the best day of
And
my
the
life.
food was bomb.
The food is bomb
I
there.
had a great time eating that food.
No, the food is so good.
Sushi
there.
was good.
The food there is always so good.
I've never eaten there.
Yeah, they don't have it here.
We ate it at Naples though.
Yeah,
And I'm gonna say I don't remember how it was in Naples, but like I liked it in Boston.
it's so good.
Yeah.
Also, it's a vibe because it's like it was cold out. Like it's a vibe, you know?
Yeah. No, it was so cute. And then after, tell them what we did.
Okay, and then after we went to Cisco, which is across the street, and we were there for like 30 minutes.
I honestly felt like I was in college.
Yeah,
I don't know if that was your college plan, but Lauren said that was kind of your college plan, and I felt like I was just like young again.
Like not college. I would say like maybe like first, second year out of college.
Okay,
you
well,
know,
still I felt like lots of young people around.
Yeah,
you know.
Well, that's what is so fun about Boston. That when you go out, it's like people your age are out. It's
Right.
not like 50-year-old men being weirdos.
No, yeah,
you know, like
I
you
feel
can't go to a bar and only find young people in Miami.
No,
Never.
the regatta.
Not even.
Yeah.
There's still old people there.
Yeah. There still is.
Anyway, so we go to Cisco for like a drink, vibing outside.
It was great weather.
It was perfect weather for me.
Riley was like, "It says it's gonna rain." I was like, "No, it's not."
No, it's not.
I was like, "No, it's not."
We were glowing when he proposed. Glowing.
I was like, it was dirt when I was in Aspen and it snowed the day I got engaged. I was like, it's not going to rain when you get proposed. Like, it will be fine.
It was perfect.
And it was perfect. Of course it was. And the weather was, it wasn't even cold.
No.
It was like delicious.
It was delicious.
Yeah.
And then after Cisco, we went to Southie. And because I just wanted to show you guys like the classic bars that we would go to.
Like basically everyone went to Babson, but sure.
No, you, Emily, Wendy.
That's it.
Okay, but that was important to me.
Okay.
That was important to me. And then...
No, and Jackie's giving me a tour as we're in the Uber.
No. I know, of Seaport.
Oh, maybe she was giving it to all of us. I don't think Emily and Wendy were paying attention. They were
Definitely not.
And she was like, so this is this, and this is that. And I was
this is
sitting
where
next
we
to her,
live.
so I was like, oh, okay.
But I was so happy you got to see where I lived.
Well, you lived right across Ocean Prime.
I know.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Then we went to Loco, and then we all parted ways like really late, and it was a crazy night.
Yeah.
And
Not Riley's like, you can sleep over. I was like, it's okay.
you're like, I have an amazing apartment I'm staying
I
in.
was like, I'm not about to sleep over with no clothes.
Yeah.
And I'm not picking up my clothes right now.
No. So it was the best night of my life. Best trip of my life.
Did you sleep? Like, did you automatically fall asleep or did you stay up? Like, were you like
No, we stayed up.
lit up? Yeah.
We stayed up. I stayed up the least amount of time. I went to bed probably like 3 and then, or no, like 2:30. Everyone else went to bed at like legit 4 a.m.
What do they do?
They were like cooking. So when we
my
got
God.
home, Riley made a fire, which was like so cute.
It's kind of vibes.
We were just like, he went in the pool. Like, I don't even know.
Oh, he like went all up.
Yeah, he went crazy. And oh, by the way, this like had to be a
Riley's
spiritual
like
sign.
so fun.
He's the funnest.
So we don't really go out and like party with him. I don't.
We don't party here. Ever.
Yeah, but like if you do, like it's not with me.
Yeah.
Do you know? So I don't really see him in that setting.
No, but he's also never like that.
Yeah.
Like he only on specific
Makes
occasions. And so we got home. He made a whole fire. Like he is in the pool, whatever. He was making bacon, egg, and cheeses for everybody.
Oh, fire.
And I was asleep. And then the next morning, he had to wake up and go to the golf tournament.
It was the best cover up, to be honest.
Yeah.
I don't feel like you would suspect he's gonna propose when he's like
In a golf tournament.
exactly.
Yeah. And then that whole next day, honestly, we chilled because we like couldn't really go anywhere. We didn't have a car. So we chilled for a lot of the morning. And then we all met in the city for lunch and went back to fucking Loco on Sunday, which was hilarious. But we all wanted like tacos and that vibe. So we all met there and then went back to Riley's, and his mom like cooked dinner for all of us.
That's
and
really cute.
It just made me feel like so excited because like again we had like the fireplace on. We just made like roasted veggies and salad and chicken on the grill and like had the most wholesome night. And I was like, I just want like every one of my weekend nights to be like this.
I'm gonna ask you a question. Would you ever move there? Don't break my heart.
Here's the hard part. We were there like the best time of year.
Of course.
So it's like obviously when I'm there right now, I'm like, I cannot go back to Miami. Like it's the last thing I want to do. And Riley's house is just like the best house in the world. Like it's so cozy and homey and beautiful and like silent. Like I actually, the day after when I woke up here, I was awoken by like car horns and Lamborghinis and this and that. And I'm like,
the Lamborghinis that are rented for a day.
I don't want to be in Brickell anymore. But, you know, I don't know. He doesn't really want to be cold ever again.
That makes me so fucking happy.
Yeah.
Stay.
Yeah.
Stay. Okay.
So that like was pretty much the weekend.
When did you know he was the one?
Like literally the first couple of times we hung out.
way.
Okay, listen, I would literally say that, but I was also like, who knows? Like, you know, like I was 21.
Of course.
But I was like, oh, I could so see this being my husband.
That's crazy.
But I always was just like, okay, but I'm 21. Like, I don't know what I'm saying. I could just probably
of course, like we're young and like, what do we really know?
But
When we're just getting to meet someone.
I think I've known for a long time. And I remember
It's funny because like, I don't know if, I think for some people, like maybe there's a specific moment, but other times it's just kind of like, you know.
I think it's just like the growth also that
Yes.
has happened throughout the whole relationship. And it's so funny because we were actually, I remember, and he remembers this too. We were sitting once, like maybe like 3 months into dating, like both being like, I want to marry you. Like we both said that.
That's really cute.
I think maybe, I don't know who said it first. And so one of us was like, sorry if that's weird. And I was like, no. Like, I feel the same way. Like, we said it
Like
couple
really
months
early.
in. Yeah. And then obviously, like, whatever, we just like have been dating since. But I don't know. I also like love his family. I love his sisters. When we were at his sister Shauna's wedding in London, I was like, wow, like I really feel a part of this family. And even like Shauna's husband's family is
Yeah,
so
that's so
kind. Like
nice.
they're all my family now. But yeah, I don't know. And just like growth throughout the whole relationship for her, for sure. Like he has changed so much. I mean, he's only 25 years old. Like I know that he's turning 26
I can't believe
soon.
he's a year younger than us. It's actually crazy.
Yeah, I mean, like 6 months.
I mean, it's like not that crazy,
like,
but I'm just-
He's not even 6 months younger than you, but like you're 25.
Oh, he's a month younger than me?
Yeah.
Like whatever, like 3 weeks younger than
Yeah.
me? Oh wow, we're the same age.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like
But
from the man's perspective,
I was
like,
gonna say from a male perspective, normally they're like not as mature. So that like to know he's not even our age, he's a year younger, it's still not a crazy difference. But it's just like, wow, he's such a great man and he's a year younger, you know?
yeah, like I don't know. In my head, like how many 25-year-old guys are like so eager to like propose, you know?
No, and to like want to take on that role.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
To want to like provide and be there and to really step into like that energy.
Yeah, and he's told me like so many times before, he's like, Kat, like being engaged and like proposing is not like something I'm like, oh, have fun, we're engaged. Like it's something I
Yeah.
take lightly. He's like, if I'm proposing to you, obviously means I want to spend the rest of my life with you. And it means like you and I are not getting a divorce. Like it means like no matter what happens, you and I are going to work out like whatever needs to be worked out because we are not getting a divorce. And I'm like, oh my God, okay. Like, wow.
It's
Like, I've
true.
never heard like a man talk like that. Not that, I don't know. Do you know what I mean? Like it was just very,
Absolutely.
it's very much like we are a partnership and like a team and like whatever happens, like we're figuring this shit out together.
1,000%. I think that's really what most relationships need to do. And people just don't want to work on it anymore. And that's
Yeah.
why they fall apart.
Yeah.
As long
or
as
they
you,
like were never meant to.
or they were never
Sorry.
meant to get married.
No two souls meet for no reason.
No two souls meet for no reason. So there's got to be something there. But either way, as long as you want to keep trying and you both do, I think then you can get through anything
Yeah.
together.
Yeah.
But it's really cute that he's like, we're going to work through it all. That's really cute. Did he cry? Did you cry?
Yeah, we were both crying.
Who cried more?
Definitely me.
It's so cute to see them cry.
I know it is really cute.
It's just like you
I
guys
said-
don't cry.
I was like, are you going to pull a Ricky or are you going to cry when I walk down the aisle? And he's like, oh, somebody asked me that. And he's like, I think I'm going to cry when you walk down the aisle.
That's what Ricky said.
Yeah, he thought. They all think. We'll see what happens.
I mean, but Ricky did cry when we got engaged. It's kind of crazy.
that's really cute.
It is really cute because you're like, I'm just
Yeah,
like, oh.
yeah.
And then maybe like, listen, there's a lot more people in front of you at the wedding. Maybe it's just different. Maybe
Yeah.
you already like got the emotions out.
It's like more
I
pressure.
didn't. Well, when I was walking down, I didn't cry.
No.
I was like smiling a lot.
You
I
were
was like,
smiling a lot.
like opening my mouth. Like I was like, like waving or whatever.
Waving. Hey,
No,
guys.
no, I did, but I waved. I seriously only cried at my
But you
wedding
were
when
like
I saw my
this.
brother.
You were like this.
That was after I saw my brother cry.
Okay, yeah.
Because I looked at him and my brother was bawling. And then when I saw him cry, I was like, oh, well, now I'm going to cry. But it wasn't because of, but it wasn't because of Ricky.
Yeah.
No, but you know what I mean? Like, it's just like, it's all around emotional. I did cry before I walked down the aisle, though.
Right.
So maybe it's like the emotions are not there. Like, the moment you're at the altar. So who knows? Let's see if I'll cry or not.
Yeah.
I'll keep my eyes on him. What's the most unhinged thing you did to impress him in the beginning? These are just some fun questions.
I'm trying to think.
The most unhinged thing. Like, did you like wear something or say something?
No, I have a
or
really funny
do
story.
something. Yeah.
This is number one.
Oh, there's more than one.
No, actually, I'm only gonna say this one. So basically, we were like talking in the beginning. Mind you that when we met, like I had just gone out of a relationship. So I wasn't really like thinking that like I wanted another boyfriend. So we were just like talking and we were like, it was like a Saturday night and I'm like, oh, like I had just gotten back home with Marissa because she was my roommate from like going out. And we were like, oh, let's tell Riley to come over, like just hang out, whatever.
Yeah.
Cause he had been, when we first started talking, it was like the Heat and the Celtics were playing. And we started talking because of our friend St. John. So we would tell our friends Sinjin and Jack to come over to watch the games with us. And then they started bringing Riley, and like then all of us would hang out like every fucking week, like every other day to watch the games at our apartment. So we were just like having fun hanging out with Riley, and I was like, oh, I'm going to tell Teves to come over. So I tell him to come over. He's like, okay, coming. And I fell asleep, like completely fell asleep, and my phone died. So I didn't hear him like calling or texting or whatever. So he came over. And my phone was dead and I was asleep, and I couldn't obviously let him into my apartment because I had like a doorman and like all these things. So I woke up in the middle of the night at like 5 a.m. Me and Marissa had fallen asleep on my bed, like watching TV. And I had woken up at 5 a.m. and I'm like, oh my God. And I like plugged my phone in, and he was like, I'm here, I'm outside. Like he was standing outside my apartment for like, I think an hour. And it was freezing outside. Not outside the apartment door, like downstairs of the building.
Pobre.
Yeah, so he was, I literally look at Marissa, I'm like, he's never going to want to speak to me again, ever.
So what did you do to get him to speak to you?
I told him the truth, and he like was fine with it.
Here we are 5 years later.
Yeah.
What are you looking forward to the most about wedding planning, and what are you not looking forward to?
So
I don't want to be negative, but I'm just saying.
No, yeah. So I'm like an air sign. And it's definitely like a stereotype that is correct for me in particular, that like we can just get like so like lost in the air and then like not do anything, like procrastinate. So I think there's going to be a lot of like decisions that need to be made. And I feel like I'm just going to be like, I'm overwhelmed, I don't want to do this right now, and then not do it.
You're going to do it. You are like the person that's like, okay, just decide. I feel like when I'm indecisive, I'm like, what should I do? You're like, just do this. And I'm like, okay. Then I will, you know?
You're like not indecisive.
I kind of am. I took 4 months to decide where I was going to get married. And my head bounced
but
like
in your
literally
head,
all over the world.
But in your head, the first actual week of engagement, you decided on Italy. And you literally paid a planner to plan it.
Decisive. Just wasn't convinced.
Yeah. So maybe it is a big deal. I don't know. Maybe people like really just know where they want to get married.
Isn't it kind of crazy though? Like for people to be like so set on a place, like this is the kind of dress, this is the place I want to do it at. Like how there's so many options nowadays.
Yeah. Like I think that Marissa's best friend, Sammy, who just got married here in the Addition, like who had the most beautiful wedding. I think she always knew like, oh, I want to get married in Miami.
That's like amazing if you do. I just like never had that.
Yeah.
Of course, like I'm so beyond happy where I did it, but it's just like, I never had this thing like I have to do it here.
I mean, I think the most fun part, hopefully, if I will be to like work with Roxy, because she's so cool. Like
Roxy, if you're listening to this.
I mean, I just like love her energy. I think that everything she does is so different.
Yes.
Which excites me because I'm just excited to have like different things about my wedding.
She's basically an alien, you guys.
Me.
Yes, you.
And so that excites me to see like her creative juices flowing and me just being like, yes, whatever you want.
I know.
And then the thing that doesn't excite me is like, I'm not even the one paying, but like paying, I guess.
Really? That's it?
I don't know. Like what didn't excite you?
People.
Maybe I was going to say people. Okay. That's what I'm just going to say.
Like people inviting people, or like people asking to invite people.
That's what it's going to be.
Like it's kind of just like annoying to have to be like listening
just deciding
to requests.
where you're going to have to cut the knees, you know?
Cut the knees.
Yeah.
If you had to elope tomorrow, where would you go?
Vegas.
Vegas?
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
Can you elope anywhere besides Vegas?
What do you think is like your wedding alter ego gonna be? Like, are you gonna be super chill, or are you gonna be like a fucking psycho? I don't think you're psycho, but what do you think?
I think I'm gonna be super chill. Like, if anything, I'll be overwhelmed and like stressed out, and then just be like, whatever anybody wants, just do whatever you want. You know?
What's one thing you would never let Riley pick for the wedding? Color scheme.
I was gonna say his outfit, but like at the end of the day, he's wearing a tuxedo.
If he's gonna wear a tux, like can't go wrong with that.
He is gonna wear a tux. Maybe I wouldn't let him pick. Honestly, this sounds cheesy, but like we're so on the same page about like
outfits.
A lot. No, everything. Like,
oh yeah, that's good.
We were talking about something funny the other day. I don't know. We're just very aligned. Like music, we like the same thing.
Yeah.
Venue is gonna be the same thing. He was like, oh, like black tie would be sick. Like we're just very on
black
the
tie
same
is really nice
page. Yeah, depends on where it is. But
Ricky was dying to do black tie.
Yeah,
we just really couldn't do it. Where we got married at black tie.
Right.
We got married at black tie.
No, yeah.
Doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. The only thing about black tie that's like not as fun is that like the boys are just like literally all on the same thing. Not that they really would vary.
It's kind of like a clean aesthetic though. It's like you can't really fuck it up.
Did you see? Oh, you didn't see that girl Jazz at her wedding at Ohika. She made everyone wear black. It's kind of a vibe. I don't think I would do it, but I think it's actually really cool.
I only like that.
But maybe not in May.
First of all, yeah, not good. In May, honestly, that would not be my first choice. And I think that's kind of like a very specific kind of dress code. And I think it's kind of boring. Like imagine looking out and everyone's wearing black.
I know, it's a little bit sad.
It is a little
but it
sad.
Could be cool. But anyway.
No, if you're, I would see that if I'm doing like a New York wedding.
I was going to say a New York
like
wedding in a library.
Plaza or the library.
Literally.
Or you're doing like very city vibes and it's kind of cold out. So you have your furs and then you wear black.
Yeah.
That furs.
Not
May, not Memorial Day weekend.
No.
Like,
yeah.
I don't know who got that idea, but anywho.
Yeah.
But you're going to have some color.
Yeah, I think so.
You're like, no, everyone wear black.
No, I'm definitely not going to do that.
You wear black, we all wear white.
I would literally do that.
That's giving Aquarius energy.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So you wouldn't let him not, okay, so like nothing?
Maybe like I don't think I'm going to do a band. Like if he was like music band, like no.
No. Unless you're going to do that for like a hot second, like an hour at a cocktail. Okay, but like you need a DJ.
Yeah, no.
You need a fun DJ. What's the most random thing you're excited to plan? It doesn't have to be about the wedding, maybe something else.
Most random thing I'm excited to plan. Like, I feel like the honeymoon.
Any ideas?
I want to ski in the Dolomites.
Oh, sick.
But I don't think he wants to do that.
That's kind of like super on brand for you and you're Italian.
I'm also,
you should ask Roxy. She did her honeymoon
in the winter
in the Dolomites. I don't know if it was winter, but I did know
it is cool in the summer too. It's really cool.
Yeah, it looks sick.
I mean, also, I'm really excited to like pick my wedding dress.
Really?
Yeah, I'm
That's
like excited.
So cute.
Yeah, definitely. I'm also really excited to pick my welcome party dress. I'm excited for the outfits. Let's say that.
Yes. No, the outfits are. I'm excited to pick my outfits, and I'm a fucking guest.
Yeah,
it's just fun. Are you keeping your last name? I already know the answer.
No, I'm not. I'm Katerina
Are you
Stevens.
excited or are you sad about this transition?
It seems weird, and we were talking about this at lunch on
Katerina
Sunday.
Stevens.
We were talking about this at lunch on Sunday. It's like we have all known each other our whole lives as like us with our maiden name.
Yes,
but
our maiden name.
Our maiden name. But then when we like. Whatever, not your mom, like other moms, like when you've met your friends' moms, like you've only known them as them with their husband's name.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just whack. Like, how do you just have a different name all of a sudden? But when you meet someone who's older, you've never known them with a different name.
Yeah. I'm going to be honest. In Brazil, I think for the most part, everyone keeps their maiden name.
Really?
And adds their husband's name.
Interesting.
Like my aunt,
my mom added
or whatever. Some of my aunts didn't even change their last name.
Yeah.
But a lot of the people I know in Brazil, that's why they have super long names, because they keep adding.
Yeah, that's like Sophia. Oh my God, Sophia is the funniest because if she marries Diego,
oh my God,
like when we were little,
gonna be such a long
she
last name.
always was like, I can't wait to get married to somebody with the last name like Smith. Like, and now her name is like gonna be Sofia Lopez de Mesa Mila de la Roca, like the longest name ever.
It's cool though.
Yeah, it is cool. Anyway.
Yeah. It is like part of your identity, so it's kind of sad to like leave that name behind.
Yeah.
But then you're associating obviously with your husband, like the new family that you're gonna form.
I'm very like traditional when it comes to weddings.
Yeah, I would say I would think that I'm traditional, but turns out like I don't really think I am. No, I really
turns out I'm not.
Turns out I'm not. These questions are not good. So I'm just these last few questions are whatever.
Okay. Also what's crazy is like I'm gonna be Mrs. Stevens, like which is what I call my mother-in-law.
I know it's crazy because this is the part that like I think is quote unquote sad is like you are not associated with your family anymore and now you're associated with like this whole new family.
Yeah, it's actually crazy.
It's not even like your husband's last name. It's like you're associated with their family.
Yeah.
You know, like if you say Stephen's like, oh yeah, the people from Boston.
Yeah,
and it's like they're not gonna even think of Philpy.
I know.
Or here.
I know.
That's like the crazy thing.
The only other thing that's annoying is like my name is like Kat Stevens, like Kat Stevens.
No, but Katerina Stevens.
Yeah. No.
Katy Stevens.
Yeah.
Katy Stevens. Mrs. Stevens.
Yeah.
What are my kids gonna call you?
Tia
Katy.
Yeah.
Tia Katy. Okay.
That's
okay.
what Jack Elliott calls me.
Wow. Also, this baller, Jack Elliott.
Jack Elliott Douglas.
She already planned her engagement party, you guys.
In one day.
Tell us the deets. Tell us what you're excited for. Tell us like what you think we're like. I mean, I think it made it so easy. I already know like why I think it was so easy to plan versus mine, but tell me what you think because you handled that so quick. What's your tips?
I guess I was kind of decisive with that.
You already had like some places that you had in mind.
Yeah.
And you decided actually a day after you got engaged.
Yeah. Because I knew I was like, okay, well, I need to tell people if it's going to be in 2 weeks.
So what's your tip? Like for people who are planning?
My tip is like, if you want it to be soon after your engagement and you need to tell people, then you just got to be quick. My tip is like, honestly, I used my entire like network of people. I was like, who knows a good DJ? Like, boom, somebody gave me a DJ. Who of my friends like are into photography? Boom, got me a film photographer. Like everything happened in 3 seconds because I just thought about who I knew and how they could be of help, of use. Because everyone is texting you, how can I help? How can I help? So like use them, you know?
Absolutely. And I think that you asked the right people whose opinions obviously you trust.
Yeah.
So you don't even think about it. You're like, hired.
No,
Done.
No, exactly.
Because I feel like if you're like, but let me search around, let me look on Instagram, let me look at another photographer, and maybe like look at this person's work and look, and of course like maybe you want to like make sure it's your vibe. But if you were to start going to that whole other world and looking at all these options, maybe you wouldn't have decided so quick.
You have to know what you want. So like Megan sent me a few different options for the photographer, and she's like, well, what do you want? I was like, I want somebody who can like pose me and Riley. Like I want somebody who's directing the shot.
Absolutely.
So like there's a lot of photographers who can obviously make a beautiful photo, but it's like I want someone to pose us. I want it to be this vibe. I want it to be vintagey and retro because that's the vibe of the venue, and I want it to be just like cool and like not like we're on a beach and the wind is flowing. Like I had a specific vision for this.
Yeah.
So I told her that, and I was
because
like,
these are going to be like your engagement photos.
Yeah.
Because you didn't have engagement photos.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why I was more specific because like I didn't already have, but whatever.
Yeah.
And she was like, boom, this guy.
Because
and I'm like,
when
cool,
you said
done.
beach, I was like, some people actually do get like pictures at a beach.
Yeah. But it's just, not for my vibe.
I'll do that for like a maternity shoot.
Oh, 100%.
I'm like,
Yeah.
topless with my baby.
Yeah. And so just like think of your friends. Like the reason I picked this place and this DJ is because my friend had a birthday party at this place with this DJ and I had the best time. And I was like, okay, that's already like 2 things out of the way. Just got to get a photographer and that's it.
No need to overcomplicate things.
No. So like use your network because people do want to help you. They want to feel like a part of the process.
Exactly. Wow. Any other tips, thoughts, feelings that you want to share?
I think like one of the best parts of the weekend was just like having a home cooked meal with like a fireplace, good music.
Wow, not the friends who flew in for you.
I'm saying more just like if you can do something like that with the people you love, it's really nice.
Yeah.
No, obviously my friends flying in was the best night of my life, but after the fact when you're like, what do I do now? Like that's a good vibe. Like cook a healthy, yummy meal and like sit with people that you love. Are you staring at me?
I'm just thinking if I have any other things to say to add. Are you excited or overwhelmed for any of the other events, bridal shower, bachelorette, or we're like not thinking about that yet? You're just trying to like do the engagement party first.
The wedding venue stresses me out the most.
I would say that's the biggest decision you have to make.
Because it's like, I'm not picking a dress until I have a wedding venue because the dress has to fit the vibe of the venue.
You don't know the decor or the mood board until you know where the fuck you're getting married.
Right. And then like the bachelorette is stressful.
What are your thoughts? Why is it stressful?
There's just like a lot of people like, and like a trip with a lot of people sometimes feels like a lot. And like just
blessed, you have so many amazing close friends.
100%. But then I'm just like, oh, should I even go on a trip? Should I just like here?
What are your options right now?
In my head, like the DR and Aspen sound fun.
I think those are both really cool ideas.
Yeah. So
kind of like opposites. So I'm kind of like wondering.
Yeah.
I'm like curious to see like what you're gonna end up choosing.
Yeah.
Because I think they'll both be so fun, but like one's gonna be like more cowboy.
Yeah.
And then one's gonna be obviously like so beachy and like I'm already thinking like
right.
Which one are you gonna do?
Which again, it depends on my venue and the date of my wedding.
Absolutely, because
yeah, because like so I'm like and yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm gonna be indecisive picking my wedding dress.
I don't think you are. I think that you're right now are seeing a lot of options that you like more than not more than you expected, but like you're seeing a lot of things that you actually like, and I think you need to like put them on.
Yeah.
And you're gonna feel good.
Yeah.
it's so different trying them on than seeing them in a picture.
Right.
And even trying them on, it's like, oh, there's going to be maybe like a few that you're going to be in between, but then you're going to think about it, and then you're going to go back, and then
Yeah.
you're going to decide. There's so many beautiful options out there, seriously.
No, there
Are you going to do an after party dress?
Yeah.
You are.
Well, I've learned from your mistakes. Well, not even mistakes.
No, that was my tip. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, in the beginning, I honestly just didn't even want an after party dress.
Yeah. And so we learn.
Yeah, no, we learned, but I ended up doing it anyways, and I think like I agree. I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Anyways, you guys, we are so excited. I'm so excited to celebrate you this whole entire year. I'm excited to like be a guest at a wedding and celebrate love. They're honestly so much fun, and especially because it's you, it's going to be even more fun. And all the events, I'm here to help you with whatever you need.
I mean, I feel like I'm like one of the first, so it is going to be like pretty fun.
You are.
Yeah. Well, you went to Fred and Tori's.
You're right. I was gonna say you were like, but you're like,
For most of my friends, I think I'm like the first.
I think you're the first. Who else has gotten married? Like no one else. Of your close friends?
No,
one.
not
Of
my
your close friends,
yeah.
you're the first one. And of my close friends, you're my first friend.
Yeah.
So it's my first wedding of my best friend.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like it's crazy. It's emotional. It's gonna be beautiful, and I'm so excited for literally everything. And I hope you include me in everything.
Everything.
Guys,
well, guys, we
thank
love
you so
you.
much.
Thank you so much for listening.
And we'll see you next week. Ciao, bye.
Ciao, bye.